Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a casual planting with Jewelyn. Today's my day off from teaching. It is Friday and I am leaving to Las Vegas on Thursday. So I have a handful of days left with the collection before I leave to Las Vegas, and actually I haven't seen my plants there for a couple of weeks, so I'm also interested to see how they're doing. But I know my mom has been keeping up with them, so thanks mom. So if you guys been keeping up with me, I've been doing a bunch of conversions, and for the most part I want to say 80% of the plants that I did convert are doing really well. I'm either converting them because they do better in that setup or because I'm just kind of interested to see if they would take it or not. Plants today, all are house plants that I would like to experiment with. I do have what's left of my variegated Sigonium. This was actually from a trade from my subscriber. This was actually living in dirt in the greenhouse, but I just took it out now and I'm going to convert it with the LECA system because for whatever reason I just seem to can't keep this one alive. The one that I did purchase online though is doing really good in my bathroom living in soil. So I've said, you know what, why not just kind of experiment and see if it'll do good in LECA. I don't have any Sigoniums in LECA, so I don't mind, even if this plant is rare, to just kind of give it a shot because it's not happy living in soil. Ever since I did the trade and it's been living with me, the plant has not been doing really good, and I think my subscriber said she was also struggling with this plant as well. So I said, you know what, why not, let's try to convert it, because at this point I'm kind of giving up on this particular plant. And then I also have one of my peperomias. This is the angulata, and I actually have the mother plant doing really good here. I can show it now. For the most part, I think it's doing good in soil. There was a few leaves that kind of fell off when I traveled, but I want to say the overall health of the plant is doing pretty good. But I've been propagating this one in my greenhouse for a while, and I said, you know what, it's doing really good, but I want to experiment with another peperomia, so let's convert this one. That I wanted to try out is another common plant where I live, and this is a philodendron Brazil, and I'm really interested to see if this is going to take as well, because my Marble Queen Pothos, both of them are now living full-time in LECA, and honestly it's better in that particular setup versus when it was living in my patio with soil. It was never happy and it's living its best life with the semi-hydro setup. First thing I want to do is take out all the soil from this plant baby. I have my big Brazilian philodendron hanging on my front entrance and it's doing really good, but I wanted to repurchase the plant instead of taking from mine and starting off with a smaller one to see how well it will take. My best to get all the soil out, and then I'm gonna go with my hose and get the rest of the soil out. This is gonna be a very fun experiment, and if you are scared to try to convert plants in your collection because you're not too sure, this is like your first time doing semi-hydro, maybe pick up a very inexpensive house plant, just a couple of dollars, and then maybe start from there. Or if you want to maybe take a few cuttings, and you can also experiment that way from your mother plant if you don't want to convert your whole plant. But this cost me just a few dollars, and I've been holding on to it for this particular project, and I said, you know what, today is the day. So I think that looks pretty good. I'll take it to the front of the house to get as much out, but for the most part I'm gonna separate everything and restyle it in the LECA, and I'm hoping that it'll get established over time, and maybe by the end of the year we'll have a nice full glass vessel of propagated philodendron Brazil. If you guys are doing conversions from soil to LECA, sound off in the comments below. What was the last plant you converted, and have you been successful, or is this the first time you're seeing this type of medium? I got this particular container from my 99-cent store, so it was $2, so very inexpensive. And I mean, this thing takes a beating. It lives outside on my potting bench, so the top of the container is dirty, but I really don't care because it's meant to stay out here. And I'm messing with soil and plants, so it's bound to not stay clean. It's fine. Okay, so there's a lot of cuttings in here. This is so cute. I can't wait to see this converted in semi-hydro. So I'm just gonna give it a quick rinse and then we'll restyle it. So I'm just gonna put it back in here. This is going to be interesting. Okay. So maybe just like that. Expose all of the roots just like this. And apply some pressure. And just do a quick rinse. Construction is still going on next door, and I think it's gonna probably go on for another couple months. So don't mind the background noise. This looks pretty good. I did a pretty good job. Take a look at that. Now this, I don't know what happened to the root system, but I do see little aerial roots, so let's just try. And then last but not least, what's left of my variegated Sigonium. Okay, as best as I could, getting all of the soil out, so that's pretty good. I'm not mad with that. I think the first one I want to take care of is my peperomia. Now, I don't know what happened to the real roots. This is aerial roots. I don't know what happened to the bottom of the plant, but it's still alive and doing good. I do see some aerial roots on the bottom here. We'll experiment here. So for the LECA balls, I'm not really picky. You can either soak them overnight, or you can have it dry like this and then add water. Because I am not taking the plant out and soaking the balls for every time I'm watering it, it's okay for me to kind of set up the plant this way. So this is your preference on how you want to set up the LECA balls and use them. If I know ahead of time I'm going to do a project like this, then I'll go ahead and pre-soak the balls. But if the balls are not soaked, it's fine. I'm not gonna be mad at that, because at some point in time in between waterings it will dry out and you're just gonna have to water it like a regular plant. So I'm fine to not be that picky. To be really good with the semi-hydro setup, then you can always pre-soak them overnight. But this is good enough for me. And in a second I'm gonna put some water. Now this one, let's see, the root system like this, I'm not sure what happened to the roots. I see some established roots here. Put a few on the bottom. And we'll wipe down the vessels when I'm done. It's fine. And then let's get them in here to the best of my ability. And let's see how a Sigonium does in this setup. It feels so strange to do a planting video without my grandma here. The house is so quiet, but I've been keeping in touch with her every day. I'm kind of anxious about my grandma's appointment. It's coming up on Monday, but she's gonna get a sonogram, and I want to say hopefully everything will be okay. And if you are on the Planting with Jewelyn Instagram, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I don't want to put too much pressure on the roots. I like it nice and light, especially when you add water. But hey, look, I'm not mad at this. This part off. Okay, if I had my pruning scissors, I would have done that too. But you know what, guys, I'm just gonna let it be. This is my last resort for this particular plant. My Sigonium that's variegated that I purchased online is doing good in soil in my bathroom. Okay, the moment has arrived. I'm so excited about this one because I purposely bought this plant again as a small baby to try to experiment for semi-hydro. For whatever reason, my variegated pothos, my Pothos and Joy is doing good in LECA balls. My variegated Marble Queen Pothos, both of them are doing very good in converted LECA balls. So I'm really excited about seeing how well the Brazilian philodendron does. So I'm just holding it up to kind of work around it. so excited about this one. And you know, when I come back from Las Vegas, if I see the plant is not doing good, then I can make a switch. But I am pretty sure this one will love the new setup. Let me just do a few on the top here. And if you're interested in LECA balls and don't have them in your area, my Amazon store, the description box has my link to the store and all of the products that I use, including the LECA balls. I bought a big, like a huge liter bag. I haven't purchased another bag yet. This is what I have left, so it's been lasting me for a while. And in the future, maybe before I leave to Las Vegas, I'll go ahead and pull out all of the babies that are converted in LECA that are doing really good and show you the progress of it and kind of where it's at currently right now. But for the most part, they all live in my studio. So if you haven't checked out my plant tour, if you're new to the channel, I did a recent plant tour for my whole collection, which is a 4-part series, as well as my watering routine, which I don't really have a watering routine because I look at my plants every day and kind of figure out who needs water at that very moment. So it doesn't take me forever to take care of them. Okay, so I love how this turned out. Looks pretty good. I'm so excited about this. Take a look at this. So on the top section, I just sprinkled a little LECA on it just to kind of weigh it down. But I absolutely love the way how it turned out. And what I'm gonna do now, and we'll just use the water from here. This is fine because I don't need a lot of water. I'm just gonna put maybe 1/4 inch of water, so not a lot. And that's it. Just a little. I don't want too much because I don't want root rot. So quick little project, one to try to save my variegated Sigonium. This is a rare plant that I got as a trade with my subscriber. A peperomia cutting that I'm gonna also try to see if it'll establish roots in LECA that's been growing in my greenhouse. And then a common house plant that I have a very big mother plant in soil doing really good, but I wanted to experiment with another variegated trailing plant to see if it would do really good in a semi-hydro setup. So just very fun planting with Jewelyn episode today, keeping it light and casual. So it is a planting with Jewelyn episode, and I don't have my grandma to read today's plant friend shout out, so I'm gonna have to do it myself. Today's plant friend shout out is gonna go to Sapar. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. It says here, hello, I'm from Pakistan, plant friendly place, Karachi. I watched all your videos. I have almost 300 plants in my home. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel Monday to Friday and the vlog channel Saturday and Sunday. You get a video each and every day. I hope this inspires you to maybe think outside of the box when it comes to leaving plants in different mediums. I like to experiment. I love using regular soil. I love using cocoa coir mixture and LECA balls for semi-hydro. It's fun and it's nice to see how well a plant takes to it or not. And that's the fun thing about plant life. Never take it too serious, and this is my way of relaxing and kind of taking a break from my everyday life that is outside of plant life. In the comments below, if you have a handful of plants in LECA, how is it doing for you? Or if this is your first time being introduced to this medium for semi-hydro setups, sound off down below and let me know if you guys are going to be converting plants in the near future. I will be doing this from time to time, converting plants in my collection to semi-hydro, especially when I don't have to deal with soil and bugs during the warmer season. So the cool thing about LECA is that it does not attract any bugs and you don't have to mess around with soil and getting dirty. So it's a little bit cleaner and it's fun to also see the roots through the glass vessels. And it's just a fun way to experiment with plant life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel Monday to Friday and the vlog channel Saturday and Sunday. You get a video each and every day. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye!